Constitutional Court. We cross now to our reporter Tumaole Mohlali, who's tracking the economic freedom fighters' Pay Back the Money march, which was set to start from the Mary Fitzgerald Square. But there's been a bit of a delay for that march. Tumaole, any reasons why this delay? And also Julius Malema rallying the troops. What has he said?
Yeah, as far as the delay, there's been no word as to why exactly the march was delayed. It was meant to start a lot earlier than it did. In fact, the marchers now are sweeping their way through the Joburg CBD, singing and chanting in traditional and expected EFF fashion, creating quite a spectacle. One of the reasons that was given by an organizer and one of the marshals on the scene, he told me that the reason why they delayed slightly was because they were waiting for all their members and supporters to arrive. People being bussed in from other provinces and right around Gauteng, from Tshwane and the various metropolitan areas, including the East Rand. So this was possibly why the delay happened, because they wanted to show, to give a show of force and to have as many EFF supporters as possible and not leave anyone behind, because there's a heavy police presence and the police had to be on hand along with the city's metro police to marshal the marchers. So it wouldn't make sense, according to the EFF leadership, to leave some people behind and then not be there to guide them. Of course, Julius Malema being very, very strong and vocal again to his members, as we saw in the Economic Freedom March late last year. His message was that he does not want to give any critics or any naysayers any firepower or any ammunition to gun at the EFF. And in that regard, appealing to his members to march with discipline. Yes, to be vocal, to make themselves seen and heard. Their message is very, very clear. They're chanting Pay Back the Money and singing songs saying that they are in support of what is happening at the Constitutional Court, and they are only expecting one outcome. So this is the situation. They are sweeping through the Joburg CBD. It is, by all means and purposes, supposed to be quite a short march. They are expected to arrive at the Constitutional Court shortly after 1 o'clock, but the police are keeping a close eye, heavy police presence out on hand. But again, Julius Malema saying that supporters reiterate very strongly should not give them a reason to engage and have to intercept or intervene in any act of hooliganism, saying that this is the reason why the march will prove again that the EFF is marching for a principled stance in its own words.
And Tumaole, what's expected when they actually do arrive at the Constitutional Court?
Well, what's expected is that they will gather at the Constitutional Court. Already police have created a zone for all the EFF supporters who are expected to converge on the Constitutional Court, thousands of them. And they are basically on hand here as well, saying that they won't tolerate any misbehaving here at the highest court of the land. As soon as they get here, Julius Malema and the other CIC members, that's the Central Command team of the EFF, saying that they will then deliver their message and basically be here as friends of the court and show their support to proceedings inside by being outside in their numbers, to show that they are serious about the matter of the president of the country being forced to pay back the money. Already, Julius made the statement to the supporters that although President Jacob Zuma has come out to say that he needs to be told exactly what he's paying for and that he is willing to pay back the money, they say no. What he has agreed to pay for is not good enough. They want him to pay back all the money for everything that has been done to the Nkandla homestead. Julius again took swipe at the Gupta family, not holding back any punches, again reiterating statements that he has made earlier this week, basically saying that journalists affiliated to the ANN7 and other Gupta-owned media are not welcome at EFF events. But in the same breath, Julius Malema turns around and says that the journalists themselves are friends of the EFF. They must just come in their personal capacity. So he then went on another tirade attacking the Guptas, accusing the Gupta family of corruption and using words like the Gupta family is a cartel for money laundering, a very strong statement, and saying that he is willing to be taken to court. We know that, of course, there's been some strong indications and strong rebuttals from the Gupta family and as well as the ANN 7 media saying that, these statements are irresponsible and are tantamount to hate speech. So Malema then saying that he is willing to go to court because this is his opinion and he feels he can back it up and he's got the right to freedom of speech. He is just stating facts in his own opinion. So this is where we stand at the moment.
All right, Tumaole, thank you very much for that update. So a strong rallying speech coming from Julius Malema as that march has gotten underway. Those marches moving from Mary Fitzgerald Square through the CBD to the